What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Anthony Walker here, and I just want to give you a little side note on episode 5. I want to deeply apologize for uploading the wrong audio. I never looked at it. I didn't think I did it. I thought I actually put up the right audio. So this week, you've got episode 6, which is already up, which should be already up. And you're probably going to be listening to episode 6 as well. But episode 5 will be redone and it will be re-uploaded. So this week you'll get 2 episodes of CWC. One from last week, my thoughts on last week, and one from this week as well. So I just want to say, guys, I truly apologize for that. But this is what it's like when you try to build a podcast and try to build it so you guys can enjoy it. I truly apologize for that, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast nonetheless. Thanks again.
World, look into my eyes. When you see me on a show, when you see these fans, you know you've got the best in the damn world.
This is the Wrestling Matters podcast where we stand up for professional wrestling.
Here we fucking go!
Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome to another podcast exclusive to the Wrestling Matters channel. It is the CWC review. That's right, CWC Cruiserweight Classic. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode this time around, because I know I did. Holy moly, and there was a very cool moment at the end of the show as well, which I'll get to later. You can hear this podcast only on the Wrestling Matters channel each and every week. AJW Wrestling Matters, youtube.com/AJW Wrestling Matters. Get yourself over there. Subscribe if you're new over there as well. If you want to listen to more podcasts, check yourself out there. Check out all the other podcasts that are on there as well. From WCPW, bit of ICW on there as well, and many more, including the original podcast that comes out each and every Monday. Also, you could download these for free on SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/wrestling_matters_podcast. Check them out each and every week. Now, there was only 2 matches this week. It kicked off the second round of the tournament. There was only 2 matches. Gran Metalik, I hope I said that right, versus the legend that is Mr. Yoshihiro Tajiri. And these 2 were good. For a first match at least. These 2 were very good. All it was just great wrestling, classic Tajiri. But the thing that got me in this match, for me, was Gran Metalik showing that he was not afraid of Tajiri. Now, if it had been anybody else going up against Tajiri, like the first round guy or anything, but if it had been anybody else, normally you'd be afraid of Tajiri. I know I'd probably be afraid of him. I mean, the last thing I want is him kicking my head off. But, credit to Gran Metalik. He didn't show any fear. He took it to Tajiri. He went toe-to-toe with him. And it paid off. The Metalik screwdriver got him a victory over the legend. And it got him into the next round, which is the quarterfinals as well. So he didn't quit. And he proved what he could do. And he even mat wrestled him. There was lots of mat wrestling in the first couple of minutes. Lots of wrestling as well. Maybe it's just a feeling out process. But Gran Metalik was very impressive, as was Tajiri as well. I mean, full credit to them both. And it was a very good match to kick off the show. Incredible start to the show, despite the fact there was only 2 matches on this show. One of there'll be 2 matches next week as well. We'll have to wait and see. I know Brian Kendrick's on next week. Other than that, it was very good. Very good way to kick off. And like I say, Gran Metalik goes into the next round. Now for the story of the night. And the match of the night. Dare I say the match of the round? Yeah, it's only the first 2 matches in the second round. Kota, is it Kota Ibushi? If I said that wrong, I apologise. But you know who I mean. He's made a couple of appearances on NXT. And he was in his second round match with Cedric Alexandra. And these 2 beat the living tar out of one another. So much good stuff in this match. lots of kicks with it from Ibushi, and Cedric Alexander putting on probably one of the best performances he has ever done. And it was like an MMA match as well, because normally, obviously, you don't want to lose a match, but even in defeat, Cedric benefited from it. Definitely benefited from the whole great match. Lots of good spots in the match, back and forth stuff, and it was just fun to watch. Was it the best match of the whole tournament? No, I still think Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa was the best match of the whole tournament. But Kenta, Mr. Ibushi, got through, got the victory with about 5 minutes to go, I would imagine, in the time limit, because this nearly went in time limit. That's how good it was. And, you know, credit to them both, man. Hats off to them both. They got what they deserve. Kenta went in, and now for the really, really, guys, really cool moment of that match was the end. Okay? Yep, the match was 5 stars all around, but this is what the cool moment was. And Triple H popped out of nowhere. Just as Cedric was giving his curtain call, saying his goodbyes and everything, and people were saying thank you and showing their respect to him, he was in tears. Fans started shouting, "Sign up, Cedric, sign up, Cedric." And as he was about to go back to the locker room, Triple H walked up to him, Cedric Alexander, and he was like, "Okay." He went okay to the crowd. "Okay, no problem." Shook Cedric's hand, walked him back to the locker room, thumbs up to the crowd. That was it. So Triple H obviously agreed with the audience. So I don't think, you know, Kenta might have won the Kota Ibushi, Mr. Ibushi may have won the war and won the match, but I think Mr. Alexander won something as well. And it won't be surprising if we see him on Raw soon in the Cruiserweight division. I don't think that's going to happen, because I think he's heading to NXT. Cedric Alexander is heading to NXT. I don't think we've seen the last of Cedric in WWE at all. Other than that, 5-star show, top to bottom, just superb. And if you haven't seen it, highly, highly, highly recommend going finding it. Go and watching it, doing what you can. Just go and find it, because it's a thing of beauty. It really is. Absolute thing of beauty. And I've been so impressed with the CWC, it's not even funny. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up for this podcast. Like I said, there was only 2 matches on this show. Hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast. Hope you guys agree with me. You know, what is your opinions on the CWC? If you have time, if you have an opinion on it, drop it down below in the comments on YouTube. Or get me on Twitter at WM Podcast. Yeah, I almost got that wrong. But until the next episode, which will be back next week. And check out episode 124 of the podcast as well, the Wrestling Madness podcast. And also, while you're there, check out episode 123 as well. Apologies again, guys. I gave you the best podcast that I could. I haven't been well recently. But like I said, I have been consistent since April 7th, bringing podcasts each and every Monday. And I don't plan on stopping, even if I'm bad. And trust me, Sunday, August 7th, was probably the worst day I've ever had in a while. Because let's face it, I didn't feel good on that day. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Matters on the Wrestling Matters channel and on these podcasts as well. I only talk about the best in professional wrestling, because let's face it, every wrestling fan has an opinion. Till next time, guys, peace out.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Professional wrestling, this is it. This is us standing up. Yes, 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 yes. That's 13-14. Naked till death. Cena, I am the best in the world. 'Cause that's the bottom line. 'Cause Stone Cold said so.